Hello, welcome to my channel. Thank you for stopping by today. I hope you're ready for a real quick mixed media project. Can you believe it's the end of February already? I cannot. Where did this time fly? I wanted to put together a quick little mixed media project, and we're using some of this beautiful paper from Stamperia. This is a paper pad called Garden, and it is just amazing. It's very hard for me to cut up some of this paper, but I'm going to try and do it today. So the ones I picked out are just 3 different papers, and you'll see them as we create the project. I got a bunch of stencils on my desk from Shawn, Petite, and I will link to her above so that you can see her channel also. I was thinking about using these dragonflies, and I have a 6x7 piece of MDF board that I spray painted black. So let's get started. Putting down my paper so I can protect my surface. And I have a wood mounted stamp there, and that was kind of my inspiration to this piece, along with that beautiful pattern paper from Stamperia. Adding down my matte medium to the front of my piece, with a brush, and I'm using an old dictionary that I had in my little free library out front of my house, and I thought I would put it to good use. And I'm just putting that down and sticking it down good. Get a good adhesion. Here's just a scrap that I'm going to use to fill in that little spot that was empty there. I hope everyone enjoyed February. Like I said, I cannot believe it's over, but I live in Wisconsin and I'm really ready for spring. So yeah, let's get that going. It's been a mild winter, but I'm still ready for spring. I'm ready for digging in the garden and getting rid of all this snow. So I'm just giving this a quick dry, and I'm going to put down some plain white paint instead of gesso today. I saw Shawn do this technique a few weeks back, and it really intrigued me. And instead of using the gesso as I normally do, she was using just a bright white acrylic paint. So I grabbed some out of my stash. And I noticed I had way too much left over on my brush here. I didn't want to use it, so I'm setting it aside on a piece of packaging so that we can use it later in the piece. I'm going to grab a stencil here, and I'll list all the different names of stencils and supplies in the description below, and I'm just wiping that paint off. I believe this is like a reverse stencil technique. I use it in my art journaling pages, and I really love the result. I put it on that piece of black paper there so you could see it a little bit better. I'm just cutting a piece of that pattern paper from Stamperia. Yes, it was very hard to do. And then I drew through the stencil the flower that I wanted to put on my piece. I wanted a larger one and a smaller one. I'm just going to cut that out with my scissors. This is a really nice bluish green striped pattern paper, and I really love it. So I'll go ahead and do that, and I'm also going to do the tops of the flowers with this yellow polka dot paper. I was really wanting to go with a whimsical feel for this piece, and I'm really happy how it turned out. This is going to be a class that I'm teaching at Let's Create in Wisconsin Rapids, and also at the Park and Rec here in La Crosse where I live. I'm using my acrylic paint in burnt umber, and I'm using it with some water and creating that wash. Putting it all over the background, and you bet I did dry this so that we won't have it smearing. And now we're just going to add another level to the background. This is a real cute small piece. Like I said, it's 6 by 7, and I just thought it was a real cute shelf sitter. I'll probably make quite a few of these. I'm going to be in a craft show coming up in March, and people really like to buy little gifts like this, and it was real fun to make, so I'll probably make quite a few of these. Now the stamp that I pulled out of my stash, it says, "May life be as lovely as a flower garden," and I thought that was really nice. I just stamped it with my black archival ink on a scrap of old paper that I had in my stash. And I'm also going to adhere that piece of pattern paper with my matte medium. I think this piece would make a real nice gift too. I have lots of birthdays coming up, and I'll probably go ahead and make a few of those. And I had some of that paper sticking up, so I wanted to adhere it down. Just giving that a quick dry. Now I'm going to use that stencil from Shawn, and I'm just going to use some green archival ink and go ahead and put down the stems. It's okay if we go over the flower portion a little bit, because we're going to paper piece the flowers with that pattern paper that we cut out. See, like that? It's going to be real cute. And here I'm just getting placement for the other stem with the little leaves on it. This is a really great stencil, and I was thinking about spring, and I wanted it to come, so I thought I need to create a spring piece. Putting those flowers down with my matte medium underneath and over the top. And then putting the second one down also. There's the yellow tops with the polka dots, and we'll use a white gel pen on those in the end and make them stand out a little bit better. Like I said, this was a real quick and easy piece. I wanted it to be something that we could do real quick and create maybe some presents for people, or items for my craft show. Cutting off the edges there. And we got to give that a little dry. I see that my camera is a little crooked today. I apologize for that. I will make sure that it's not in the future. Here is a stencil by Shawn Petite that I absolutely love, and it is vintage postage, and I'm using my black archival ink and my brush to put down that stencil of those postage stamps. I thought that would add a real nice touch to it. And I'm putting one down in the corner there just to draw the eye down to the bottom of the piece in the left corner there. I like how it's turning out. I'm going to use my charcoal pencil and go around the flower, and I realized that I needed to use my bark watercolor pencil, it was going to work a little bit easier, and I did switch over to that, as you'll see, using a little wet paint brush also. It just goes on nice and smooth when you get it wet, and then it's able to fill in the cracks really well with that paintbrush. So that's how I continue to do my piece, and I thought that it turned out real nice. I was trying to fill in that line for the stencil with my big brush pit marker in green. It didn't cover very well, so I just went ahead and used my charcoal pencil, and that gave it the effect that I was looking for. I'm going to outline my sentiment there so it makes it pop, and I'm going to go ahead and work on the entire piece and come back. I got out my vintage photo distressed crayon from Tim Holtz. I wanted to add a little bit of brown to the edges and give it a little more vintagey feel. Added a little brown to that flower and the corner of my sentiment. And then I am going to use a little bit of that white paint with my finger and just give it a quick swipe there as a highlight on the flowers. Trying to create more of that whimsy for the piece. There's my white gel pen that I'm putting down those dots on the middle of the flower, and I had to go around with that black chalk writer. I love that black edge, and it just makes the lettering and the postage stamps look real great. Add just a little bit more of that white paint, and I think that this piece is good. It was super easy. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you subscribe and like my channel. I'm going to add some white splatters here, and that's just with that leftover white paint and some water. Have a great day, and we'll see you again next time for the art journal page on Saturday. Leave me a comment.